Hey YouTube, I just came on. I wanted to make a video on how I paid off my lease truck. I get this question a lot, and I usually talk to people like in person or over the phone about it. And somebody was like, "Why you don't just make videos about stuff like that?" So I am going to make a video about it. Okay. I started leasing my truck in January of 2018. Nope, January 2019. Yep, 2019. And it was a 100-week lease, paying $800 a month. And I had to put $230 up toward maintenance reserve. Now, when I was speaking to my person, my lease person, I knew I wanted to stay in front of it. So he was letting me know a good practice to do would be to set up an escrow account for your truck payments. In the event that you get sick, truck is in the shop, I wanted to take a week of vacation, I would have money reserved there, as a way so that, it would be there. So he suggested that I put like $100 or $50 up every week toward my lease payments. But me being me, and I know I enjoy taking my time off. I'm not one to work every week. I try to create a balance of home time and work. So I opted to split my truck payment into three. So I put up I think an extra $250 a week, so that I knew that every 3 weeks I would have one truck payment in reserve. So if I really wanted to, I could work 3 weeks and take 1 week off, and I would, I was ahead of, my truck payments, and that worked for me. I never missed a payment. I never had them have to redo my lease because of whatever. So it worked really good for me. When I first came out, I didn't really take a lot of time off, so I think at one point I might have had maybe 3 or 4 payments put up. So I tried to keep it like that once I did start using it. So all the way up until the 100 weeks was over, I still had maybe 5 payments in my reserve. Now, at the end of that 100 weeks, I had a big balloon payment. It was about $50,000 or something like that. My goal was to have it paid off in 2 years. I almost had it. Almost, but not good enough. So the other option he gave me was to either extend it another 48 weeks, and or I could get a bank loan and go from there. I opted to extend it another 48 weeks with a $20,000 balloon payment. So the way that I now was trying to get in front of my balloon payment was I didn't put more money into my escrow. I kept all of my deductions the same. But what I did was I did not touch my maintenance reserve. So I let my maintenance reserve stack up for what was left over in there before I extended my lease. And if I never touched anything else, I knew that I would have had the $20,000 that they needed. So that's how I did it. If I had a breakdown or anything, I got business credit have business credit cards now. So I use my business credit cards to fund my maintenance, and instead of touching my maintenance reserve, I just put everything on my business credit card, and I left my maintenance reserve in place to fund my balloon payment at the end. Now, when I got the $20,000 in my maintenance reserve, I called them to see what my balance was. Now, because I moved the truck, they made me put down a deposit. When I moved it from the company I was with to the company that I am with now, they made me put down a deposit. So with the 20 that I had in my maintenance reserve, and I knew that I had the deposit, I knew that now I was in a position to like owe them nothing more. So I had them run the figures. They ended up owing me $1,300. So once they closed everything down, they put the money into my account, into my my business banking account, and a couple of weeks later I received my title. Now, one thing about the title is they give you 90 days to switch the title over to your company name, because they're still the truck is still registered to them. So any tickets you get or any incidences or anything like that, it still would be on them. So they, if you don't have it transferred out of the business name out of where I leased it from, then they would have to take that financial responsibility of the truck. So I made sure that I transferred the truck title into my company name, and then you have to send them what state is there, so that they know how to close it out. So you just send them something that says what state is the truck now registered in, and was it registered under the company name, and then it's going to ask for the number, your license, your title number, and that's how they close it out. So that's how I paid off my lease with no problem. I was never late. I never had them have to redo it. I just made sure that I stayed in front, of the payments. But everybody's circumstances are different, So I say, whatever extra you can put on, to keep you working ahead of any problems. I would that's how I would do it. Take your time. I know when you first come out, and a lot of people like to jump in on lease, they are not I say this industry, it looks like it's easy, but it's really not, because there's a lot of shystiness in this industry that you have to really be careful from. Bad leases, bad brokers, bad dispatchers, bad mechanics. Everybody is, it's sort of like, you have a golden egg and everybody wants a part of it, and that's the name of the game. It's sort of like, you're trying to keep all your money in your own pocket. So if you don't understand that coming in, you will go through a lot of money fast. When I came out and I went through $25,000 in over a month. Trying to get, I jumped out here and I was trying to get my own truck, and I bought a truck that was no good, and the repair bills broke me. I busted, tapped out. So if I had known then stuff that I know now, that would not have happened at all. So I always say, take your time coming out. It don't hurt to come out company for a little while, just so that you can understand the business a little bit more, and talk to some drivers, get some knowledge. I mean, everything isn't going to be taught in a course book. It's just like when you go to school in regular life, the things that you're going to learn after college or after high school, it doesn't resonate in real life. You know what I mean? This is kind of like stuff you're going to have to pick up as you go along. A lot of trucking you're going to learn as you go along. There is no blueprint or anything like that that you can follow that's going to keep you from learning. You have to learn everything, and that's my spill on it, so I hope this video helped. If y'all got any questions, just leave me a question in the comments, and I have no problem making another video to explain it. All right. Peace, love, and light.